Namaskar. Today I came across a very good reading in Yog Vashisht, and it is, as long as the mind is not quiet, the conditioning doesn't cease, and as long as the conditioning doesn't cease, the mind is not quiet. I read it again. For the mind to be quiet, the conditioning has to cease, and for conditioning to cease, the mind has to be quiet. It's a catch-22 situation, and that is why Papaji was not recommending any practice. He used to just say, keep quiet. By keeping quiet, he could achieve everything. The basis of any practice, if it has an object, then object means notion, means conditioning. The moment there is conditioning, that catch-22 situation is there. Conditioning has to stop, mind has to be quiet. Mind will be quiet only when conditioning stops. So that situation, it's a catch-22 situation, and it carries on and on and on. And that is why those given into practices are always wanting to return back to those practices. They cannot, majority of them cannot find themselves permanently established in that state, and that is because of this catch-22 situation. It's like trying to move the Himalayas from one place to the other. Now, an obvious question that comes up in our mind, if we have to go on what Papaji says, how do we start with? Okay, we would not go in for practices, we would go simply on keeping quiet. My answer is, then just keep quiet. There is nothing to do. All that is to be done prior, and that is not expecting anything and not rejecting anything. Anything, any event, any person, anything, any noun. No rejecting, no accepting. And that would lead us to a perfect situation where we can go into the state of quietness. And if that is there, that is the situation of no mind. No mind is nothing but accepting things the way they are, seeing things the way they are, seeing the consciousness as consciousness, having no notions. Despite the fact that there will be thoughts in the mind, but seeing things as they are and having no notions. This is no mind. So therefore, if we practice this practice is like we spoke yesterday, removing thorn with a thorn, and thereafter both the thorns get dropped. This is that. When we start keeping quiet, it will be a permanent quietude. This is where the medication and meditation are said to be the same, because medication has to, again and again the medication has to be there. But meditation has to be only once. If you are in a meditative state, you are in a meditative state. But medication has to be done every now and then. The moment that default position, default setting, it is the default setting, it gets disturbed. That resetting system is what is medication. But if somebody is in a meditative state, following the system of being quiet, then he is already in the state of the factory settings. He doesn't need to do anything. I hope things are slightly cleared, and this is what I wish to share, because this knowledge, the reason behind why Papaji used to say just to keep quiet, that reason I got today and thought of sharing. Thank you. Namaskar.